Thank you for tuning into the Sisters Talk podcast. My name is Danny M. I'm your host today. Today we have very special guest, Dr. Casuel Pitts. And for many of you who don't know who he is, this young Black man has created a partnership with Amazon. Some of those proceeds are going to go towards helping the communities. And so I just think it is a fantastic opportunity for Sisters Talk to present to the world what this man is doing. And so without further ado, please let everybody know who you are. Tell us a little bit about you.
Absolutely, man. Look, man, Dan, I don't like to be boasting on myself like that. Listen, first of all, let me give all the praises to the Almighty God. I just want to say that, I'm a server for the most part. I am a world-renowned entrepreneur. I love entrepreneurship. I love helping individuals grow in their craft, in their business. I just want to see people successful. My legacy is to leave other individuals a platform that they can branch off of to expand upon with their business endeavors and just keep paying it forward. So that's who I am in a nutshell.
Nice. I love it. I love to hear when people are entrepreneurs and they're willing to give back. You're not just thinking about yourself in the process. So I love that. Can you let the crowd know where you're originally from?
So I love this little story. So born in Illinois, raised in New York, and it was kind of, back and forth between, it's like first and second home, New York and Illinois, New York and Illinois. So those are my home ground. So I kind of laugh when I'm here in Atlanta currently right now, and you got people who say, oh, it's cold out here. It's like, y'all don't know what cold really is. So between New York and Chicago, those are my hometowns.
Nice. So I have a question though. Where you are now, okay. How's the traffic? Because here in Houston, it's horrible.
Ooh, you know what? Listen, let me go ahead and put it out there right now. I think everywhere in the world is horrible, right? However, I don't think nothing tops New York traffic. I don't think nothing tops, and you're right, Houston traffic is right there. It ain't no joke. Atlanta, they've been working on a lot of highways here lately. So traffic has been a little crazy. I must say traffic has been a little crazy. Sometimes you add an additional 30 minutes to your way home, or 30 minutes. So let me give everybody a tip. If you have to be somewhere and you want to be on time, put it in your GPS from the house. Put it in your GPS from the house, and it'll let you know from if you leave now, you'll make it here at this time. That way, you can at least give yourself that 30-minute window. So that's a good tip out of you.
Yeah, you know how big Texas is. Same applies down here as well. Wherever you're going, you better plan at least an hour ahead because you're going to be in some traffic. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So let me ask you. Go ahead.
It's about, when you go 45 minutes to an hour, I don't care if it's no traffic. Like Conroe, Texas, we still have a place there, Conroe, Texas. So trust me, I don't care where you go in Texas. It's going to be about 45-minute hour drive if you want to go to the grocery store.
Yeah. I agree 100%. But no better place to meet in Houston. I've only visited Atlanta. So how far are you out from Atlanta, actually? Are you like on the suburbs or are you?
Yeah, so I'm about a good hour away from Atlanta. Okay. But when you come from places like Texas, that's nothing. Like that's skipping a jump. Going there. So, yeah.
For sure. Let me ask you this: for the people you do business with, how has COVID-19 affected you guys this year?
Ooh, you know what? Here's the crazy part. God gave me the opportunity to shift way before COVID even came. So October 18th of last year, I said, we're going to just start doing a virtual. I don't know where it came from. I said, we're just going to start doing virtual, just out of the blue. We just started looking for different virtual activities and seminars and webinars. And then all of a sudden, COVID hit. So technically, we had already adjusted, not knowing what was on its way. The only thing that changed for me, and it was actually a benefit, then, is that I used to travel every weekend. So you got to think, travel, you got flight tickets, you got hotel fees, you got rental car fees. So with COVID, it actually was a benefit for me because then when my accountant looked back and said, you know how much money you take in the last couple of months?
Yeah.
And Hey,
Zero
yo.
overhead now. Yeah.
So,
That's a blessing.
yeah, COVID has definitely been more of a blessing for me than it has been a curse, a tremendous blessing. And it has actually set the foundation and the tone for futuristic, right? Things, I was able to partner with a company. We actually have a partnership with Samsung as well, where we're bringing the virtual reality glasses to the market. Where now the meetings that we're having right now on on StreamYard, on Zoom, we can actually have those meetings in virtual reality, where now we can have them in the Bahamas or we can have them in Dubai. So this is what COVID has brought us to. So it's definitely been a benefit.
That's awesome. So look, for people who are just like so down and out about it, you can flip this thing and make it something positive for you and your business, for you and your family. So I love that. I love that answer. So I want you to tell us a little bit about some of your business ventures. I know you have a lot. So about how many projects are active right now as we speak?
11. I have 11 active right now. I want to just say 12 because we've already started everything with the LLC. We got a platform. We're already generating revenue. As a matter of fact, one of the new ventures that we literally probably started November the 1st, we're already returned ROI. Our return on investment is already back. We're in the green already. So we're just piloting it right now before we actually say, boom, here's the launch. So we kind of still testing the waters for the most part, but actively live, I'm going to just say 11 for safe causes. 11 irons that are in the fire that are running, and they're just rotating. And I'm excited because that's just my gift. My gift is building businesses and helping people build businesses. So that's currently the projects that I'm currently working on right now. Of course, the one that you just mentioned is definitely the one I definitely want to push to the masses, and that's buyingblackback.com. Like Danny said, we partnered with Amazon, where a portion of your proceeds are now going to go to an escrow account, and that money is allowing us to go back into the communities and start to rebirth and rebuild those communities. And our first initiative is being one of the first African-American national credit union owners to be able to spearhead this particular venture, and it's powered by Buying Black Back. So thank you guys. For those of you who have already shopped on buyingblackback.com, we appreciate you because it's because of you that we're still going.
Wow, that's so incredible. 11 projects.
Yeah.
And within those 11, a partnership with Amazon, like that's huge. That's huge. That is so big. I mean, just tell us, like, how did you formulate this idea that, you know what, I want to do a partnership with Amazon. I want to take the proceeds and donate some of that back to our communities. Who came up with that idea? Was it all you? Was it your team? Give us some insight on that.
So I would be remiss if I didn't give it to, it was really God. And that's how my gifts come about. God drops gifts to me. Like, you hear people say that I hear God speak. For me, he speaks to me in a different manner. He speaks to me in the entrepreneur world. You got your prophets and your evangelists and you got your apostles. I look at myself as the apostle of entrepreneurship. That's just my calling. So the way he talks to me and he speaks to me and what he tells me to do, I have no fear. And I think that's where I'm so successful at, is that things that most people will think, oh, that's just too big, or I haven't gotten there yet, or they're going to shoot me down. God can tell me, walk into Walmart, talk to the owners and tell them this is what you want to do. And then boom. So that's the kind of drive and the tenacity that I have. And sometimes I have to be careful with that, because when I share with certain people who their mindset is like, wait a minute, I can't even see past the front door. They can get in your space and they can cause a delay. So for me, God has quickened me to be like, I need you and you only to do this and do this first, and then allow the fruits of the labor to be shown to the world on how easy it becomes. So he gave me that gift, and it was like, make the phone call, set it up, make the presentation, boom, fell in love with it. Now we got a site, we're up and we're running. So, I'm excited.
Give them that site name again.
So buyingblackback.com. So www.buyingblackback.com.
Awesome. That's so awesome. So let me ask you, wow, you were dropping some gems just a minute ago too. I hope everybody that's watching is taking notes. So how can people participate? Do they just go to the website, make a purchase? Is that it? Is it that simple?
It's that simple because here's the thing. We can already, here's a simple question. Whoever shops at Amazon right now, great. Then you can be a part of the movement. And in doing that, instead of just going to Amazon.com first, go to buyingblackback.com first, select your product. It's going to take you to your checkout page on your regular Amazon account. So if you got a Prime account, great job. It doesn't matter. It's still going to take you to that checkout page. The difference is that now when you make that purchase, a portion of those proceeds are actually going back into the community.
Love it. Love it. Wow. So let me ask you, are you having any further plans with Amazon later on down the line? I mean, I know you already have a website. I know you have plans to give back to the community, and that's awesome. But are there other things that are kind of like in the future? Say, I'll throw an example out there. A lot of people are in student debt. You know, have you thought about some type of partnership that could help eliminate that for some of the
Yeah,
young Black Americans that are out there today?
absolutely, absolutely. And we have heard and seen some of the other pioneers in the arenas, help out with student loan debt, eliminating debt for student loans. And then we want to go a little bit further than just student loans, right? We want to help people get their lively debt in place and in order. And that's part of creating institutions like a credit union where we can now give back to the community a little bit deeper than just rebuilding, the community. Now going in and teaching economic values, being able to show an individual how they can take the money that's coming into their household and turn profit. What is the stock market and how that's all about? So it's really going to be more so where we're coming in and teaching and educating people about financial literacy, giving them the opportunity to understand the things that nobody would never take the time to teach us. So I
Right.
really want to be able to be that hands-on because I believe, Danny, I think we've done too much with just giving, and not structuring how we give and why we give. So we don't have to give to just, you don't have to worry about being given to all the time. Now you can become the giver. So,
Yeah.
and you heard the saying, I can give it to you, but if I teach you how to do it, then you can give it to many. So that's
Yeah.
what we're looking to do long term. So absolutely, with not just with Amazon, but with Coca-Cola, Walmart, any entity that's willing to participate in how we go in and change the trajectory of financial literacy. I'm really big on financial literacy because I believe that had I been taught about it at a younger age, I would have had a little bit more of a head start going
Yeah,
into
for sure.
it. So,
Yeah.
only being 36, and I think honing in on it now and going back to the millennials and even going further to them, my 5-year-old right now, he's learning, how to save. What is a debit card? Do I use cash or do I use plastic? So he's understanding those different things, and that's because we're giving him the tools to understand what financial literacy is. So I really want to see more of that than just being a philanthropist to go out here and just pay everybody's bills. I want to have a sit down. How did this happen? What took place? Because the thing about it is if I help you now, I don't want 5 years from now you to be in the same situation or the same place because now you're debt free, right? How did
Right.
you get here? What do we need to stop you from ever getting here again? And what's the game
Mhm.
plan for the next 5 years? And I think that when we're dealing with what I'm doing, we have to ask the right questions to the people. We can't just give. We gotta start peeling back some layers and figuring out how do we start breaking these generational curses and start accelerating because not just me, but even you, Danny, your job is to leave legacies, not just for your children's, but for your children's children and other people's
Mhm.
children. So that's what we want to instill when we're partnering with institutions like Amazon and things of that nature.
Awesome. Let me tell you, educate, 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 because without it, we are doomed. And that's not just the African American communities. We're talking about completely across the board. That's something that I've seen all this year. I'm like, wow, we are severely degraded when it comes to education on every level. On every level, especially financial literacy. So I love it. I love it. So let me ask you something that's a little off key to what we're talking about. Did you vote?
Yes, I did vote. Now, it's, people say, they ask me, who did I vote for? And I'm not afraid to say I voted for Biden. And it had nothing to do with what everybody may think of Trump. I think that the 4 years that he served for the entrepreneurs, it was a help for anybody, people that were in the business, the level of business he helped. And I think that he did the best that he could. I do feel that he probably didn't have as much experience that as he would have liked to have. But I tell people that Donald Trump is human, just like everybody else. He's no different, and he just didn't have as much experience as some of the individuals may have had. But again, the 4 years, and here's what I say, Danny. Every time a president is selected, we survive. We're surviving no matter what. We still emerge out of the ashes, whether it was an amazing president or a bad president. We still emerge out of the ashes. So I really don't. I'm saying that because I don't want people to be in an uproar with who wins or who doesn't win, because at the end of the day, your voice still matters. It's not. Yeah. You still have to play You can't just see. We can't just vote. It's what we do after we vote is where our voice really matters. So people think that yes, voting is definitely important, but if you don't do nothing after the voting, if you don't get out and start to petition or go out and start to group up with some of the beliefs that you believe in, so you can start seeing change in your environment, in your economy, then we're gonna continue to have this war spat that we've been having back and forth. And I think that moving into the new year, 2021, I think we're gonna start seeing some change in the political party. So I'm gonna just keep it at that, but just know that those were the words that I said.
Awesome. One of my last questions here. This year has really turned a lot of people into entrepreneurs, right? Because they didn't have a choice, some of them. And some of them just decided, hey, I'm going to step out on faith. So what would be your advice to those new entrepreneurs who don't quite understand business yet, who don't quite have their financial literacy together? What would be your best advice to those people?
So I tell any entrepreneur that's getting into this arena, getting into this industry, you got to have 3 things. And if you don't have them now, you better start to obtain them. And they are drive, dedication, and determination. Because I don't care how successful you are, if you do not have drive, dedication, and determination, you're going to get to a place where if you hit burnout, or you get to a place where you feel like you want to quit, or you get to a place where you're not making any money. And one of the things you cannot do as an entrepreneur is panic. You can't panic. You got to sit back and really start to think, how do I turn this around? How do I start generating revenue? What do I need to do different? Do I need to sell? Do I need to just restart? And sometimes, I'm telling you now, don't be afraid or don't get discouraged if you have to start over. Sometimes it takes you starting over so you don't have to make those mistakes that you made to get you to that place to starting over. So you got to have drive, you got to have dedication, and you got to have determination. And this is what I would say to all new entrepreneurs: get a mentor, please. It don't have to be me, but get a mentor. And here's the thing: get more than one mentor, because if you don't have more than one mentor, you're doing yourself a disservice. So have more than one mentor, have drive, have dedication, and have determination, and definitely do not quit. You cannot quit. That would be my advice to every new entrepreneur.
Awesome. I love it. Lastly, first of all, I want to thank you so much for being a part of the Sisters Talk podcast today. This was an amazing interview. I want you to tell everybody, where can they find your business information? Give me that website again, and any other websites you want to shout out for the audience.
Absolutely. So definitely, you guys, if you just go to Google and put in Dr. Casuel Pitts, I promise you 2 pages, you got me. Everything that you want to know. I'm on every social media platform. I even got TikTok. It's one of my things. You name it, I'm on it. Periscope, Twitter, LinkedIn. I'm there. You can find me on all of those platforms. When it comes to the website, again, it's www.buyingblackback.com. And I definitely want to give a shout out to one of my other entities, Ultimate Discount Services Incorporated, and that is www.udsinc.us. So again, you guys, I just want to say thank you tremendously, Danny. Thank you so much for even having me. I am honored to be a part of the platform. So for all of supporters, make sure that you guys keep supporting her in her endeavors and what she's doing. Encourage her, push her, and inspire her, because it's going to be because of you guys that she keeps going. So make sure that you guys, I'm holding everybody accountable to hold her accountable.
Appreciate that. It's all love over here. We really thank you, Dr. Pitts. Much success. And as always, everybody that's tuning in, I want to thank you for listening to the Sisters Talk podcast. You guys have a blessed weekend. Bye.